All right, let's get to our next guest.
This shit's so stupid that it's freaking funny. That's the whole point of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, what's the whole point of the show, Jules?
It's to grade what kind of dudes each guys are, or dudes.
Oh, well, I got really off track because I thought it was to be silly.
We're silly while we're doing it.
Oh, well, then we're both on the same page.
100%.
We both have our own goals. Yours is to rate dudes. Mine's to be silly.
Sometimes you got to rate a dude to be silly.
Oh, yeah, okay, well, let me rate another dude.
Let's
Who
go.
are we rating next, Jules?
This is a German episode. The Germans are very serious.
I'm sorry for joking around and trying to make people laugh and be silly. It's a serious show now.
Nein! That means no in German.
This beer tastes like Sour Patch Kids.
Does
I'm not lying.
it?
Yeah, it's really sweet and tasty. It's like a wine.
It's a Hefeweizen, I think.
Well, it's very good. There's got to be sugar in here or something. I'm telling you, it's really sweet.
I think that's like a huge part of beer.
It's delicious.
Sugar,
Is that
hops.
Is that what
That's
they do?
how it makes the alcohol.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, I didn't know
Hops.
that. All right.
Hops. Let's get on to Amon-Ra St. Brown. What does the AI have to say about Amon-Ra St. Brown? Start the clock.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, a standout wide receiver for the Detroit Lions, is known for his precise route running and reliable hands. Since his debut in 2021, he's consistently shown his talent, amassing 346 catches for 3,877 yards and 24 touchdowns.
Man.
He made a name for himself at USC before hitting the NFL, with German roots adding an interesting twist to his backstory. St. Brown carries a rich heritage. Off the field, he's known for his genuine, down-to-earth nature and commitment to giving back to the community.
He's for the kids.
He's a good guy. I watched him on receiver. Hard-working guy.
Yeah.
That's for sure. He's been working his butt off ever since he was a young buck, doing all the ladder drills. His dad was there to train him.
That was Mr. Universe
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
How crazy is
Wow.
that? His dad
Twice?
was twice.
Whoa.
Like there's like videos of Amon-Ra and his brother, who's also in the league. What's his name? Equidinius? Yeah, I'm not reading that, dude. That's so hard. Equinemius?
You want to know what equimenius means?
What is it?
Well, there's sometimes I just know things. It's just wild. You're gonna probably be mind blown, but equidemius. There's things I can't say, but there's things I know.
Equinemius?
But it's the Egyptian god of medicine.
Oh, Imhotep is the Egyptian god
Oh
of
my
medicine.
gosh, Jules. Okay, let me redo that one. Hold on. You want to know what equanimous Egypt means?
Imhotep?
Yeah,
Imhotep? What does
the
it mean?
Egyptian god of medicine.
That's tough to say, and I can't believe you knew that.
I just know things like that.
So Amon-Ra is the Egyptian king of gods. Equanimous Imhotep is the Egyptian god of medicine. Osiris is Egyptian god of death. Hey, those are some badass names. His dad had a plan for these kids. He definitely had a plan, and they're going out and they're executing. I'm such a fan of Amon-Ra St. Brown.
You want to know who he reminds me of? The way that he plays the game, the way that he runs his routes, bowl routes, in cuts, out routes. Like you, Jules. Like you. You guys are very similar, my man.
We do have similar game, I feel. I mean, because he moves around a lot. He's great with the ball in his hands.
And most importantly, you both are boxer ripped.
He's ripped.
You're ripped. He's ripped. You guys have similar built, same height, I think. How tall are you? 5'10"?
5'10".
What's his height? Oh, never mind.
He's
6
6
feet.
foot. He's 6 foot.
I'm sorry, Jules.
He's 6 foot.
But you're both ripped, central.
He's
Jack Diesel.
He's versatile. He makes big catches, and I'm excited for him and the Detroit Lions. I mean, he's going to be a cornerstone of this organization and where they're going in these next few years. And hopefully it's to the top. I think it's time for Detroit to have their time.
He has great yak ability. When he catches the ball, he makes guys miss.
Always, he's a strong runner,
Yes.
strong lower body.
He doesn't just help out the team. He helps out Jared Goff tremendously, as quarterbacks love players.
Yak
that can get
daddies.
the yak. I mean, it just pats their stats big time. And I mean, he can track that ball.
Yeah.
He's good at tracking the ball.
He tracks the ball
he's really
very
good at. He's really good at that. And I would say that might pertain to, some training with his dad, because when I was growing up, my dad would hit tennis balls at us really high, and we would have to track the ball, and then he would hit it full speed at us too. So our reaction time would just improve. week in and week out as a kid. So he kind of had a similar, style growing up, brothers, obviously, to compete with. And then also his dad, putting him through drills and training right away as a kid. So being able to track a ball just goes way back to when you're a child. And he does a great job with it on the football field.
100% had crazy dad that made him do crazy drills. I'm part of that club as well. I mean, I remember my dad when I was getting into the league to return punts. I never caught punts really. I did a little in college, but I was a quarterback. And I would get on the press box at the high school and punt off the press box while I had those a pair of sunglasses that were taped with one eye closed. So I had to catch a punt off of my dad kicking it off the press box while my sister was throwing little like tennis balls at me. So distract me. Like, having the crazy, he definitely had crazy dad that made him do crazy drills. You can just tell.
Well, we did too.
We did too.
That's why we
Part
really
of the club.
like this guy.
Love this guy. Tough guy. He plays with toughness. It's tough. It's crazy when one of your guys on your offense, one of the toughest guys in your offense is your receiver. It's very rare. And he's like that. He brings a toughness to that team. Him and Penei Sewell and a lot of the guys, but he's one of those guys. You watch him in the run game. His blocking in the run game is huge. He goes in, lays hat on the safeties, digs guys out for force. You can put him anywhere. He makes catches in every spot. He can run the ball down. He runs good go routes too. I mean, he's not just a slot guy. He's a versatile guy, ball great in his hands, hard to bring down, way faster than you think. He's elitely quick. He's stronger than what you think. He's a fucking good football player. That's why he's getting paid hella money. He's getting paid $30 million.
$30 million?
I think he's got a $30 million contract.
Oh my gosh, that's more than you made your whole career.
Damn near close.
Year, dude. Oh
Damn
my
near
gosh.
close.
I feel bad for you, Jules. Hopefully
Damn
this
near
podcast
close.
help you out.
Hopefully
eventually.
the podcast will.
Yeah.
Amon-Ra, man. I'm trying to make slot receiver. You come join, dude.
Yeah, can you also tweet out, this podcast, because we're just trying to make some money. Jules made his whole career, made $30 million, which is
Now
nice,
you made it in
one year. So can you help us out? Can you help him out? Can you tweet us here? Amon, please, thank you.
Do you think our dads could beat up his dad?
Maybe if it was 2 versus 1. Yeah.
I think that would be tough.
Papa Edeldog, Papa Gronk versus Papa St. Brown.
That would be a fucking
coming to an arena near you.
That's a cage match. My dad just got a hip surgery, so I think he'd be a little out right now, but he'd bite some kneecaps. He'd do some Dan Campbell shit.
I think Amon has been throwing a couple TDs as well, which is pretty cool. I've been watching, the Detroit Lions. I'm a fan of the Lions, actually, especially with Coach Dan Campbell. They're just fun to watch, and he fits the system.
100%.
And he's bringing, that type of style to life that Dan Campbell wants, and that's why he's such a great mold there in that organization. And it's cool because they do all the trick plays, and he's so versatile that he can throw the ball as well and do what they're asking him to do. So obviously, you've thrown a couple passes in your career. How would you rate his passes that he has thrown, Jules?
How many touchdowns has he got? He's got through a tutty to, what was it, 2024, week 4 against Seahawks. Had a receiving touchdown and a throwing touchdown and a passing touchdown. He threw it back to Jared Goff.
Yeah, he did. He threw it back to Jared Goff.
It looked like a tight spiral.
It did.
He's so strong that he got tight. He probably got a strong ass arm.
And he laid it in perfectly.
Yeah, he could throw the ball.
One trait I would say that Dan Campbell, I've seen him talking about him in a press conference, is just how consistent he is with his routine. And to be a great player in the NFL, you got to have a great routine, especially as you get older, especially as the years continue to pack on you. You got to have that routine to be, consistent, so you can go out there and do what you need to do out on the football field. When you're 20, 21, 22, I mean, there's a little routine, but not as big of a routine that you need to be when you want to consistently be on top of your game when you start hitting your mid-20s to 30s. And Amon-Ra St. Brown has a routine. He's going to play for a while, and he's a great player out there, and just huge props to him for what he's doing in Detroit.
Real mature of him to realize the routine, too, at such a young part of his career. Like, if you're that's a mature mindset. That's like a pro. When you get in a locker room, you have your time dialed out for what you have to do to get your work in, to make you better each and every day. And you could just tell he's a product of that routine. Does the same shit. Probably does the catching drills before the game, which I think he does. He has the weight routine. I bet you he does a lot of prehab. I mean, he's definitely a routine guy. But his mom's from Germany, right? He speaks German. He also speaks French. He speaks English. He's got a great podcast with his brother, 33rd Team. After scoring his first touchdown in 2023, you remember the little hip thrust thing he did?
No, I don't. Can you show me?
The Key and Pill. He's like, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
now I remember.
He said he would have been flagged if he gave one more pump like the Key and Pill.
Yeah, he knew.
He's a smart guy.
He knew one more pump.
He speaks like 6
one
languages.
more pump, he was done.
One more pump and he's done. Oh, here it is. One pump, two pump.
And he stopped.
That's
Genius.
discipline.
That is discipline.
That's discipline.
Dan Campbell wanted to see that third pump too.
Did he?
He did.
No, he wanted a 15-yarder?
Nah. He wanted to see in the locker room after the game.
Yeah, right. Dick Kibble. Crazy.
Well, Jules, have you ever been flagged for a celebration?
I have not. I got
Really?
I think I got fined for throwing the ball in the stands.
Yeah, that's not a flag though.
Yeah. Did you get flagged?
I did one time. I actually Gronk spiked the football really hard, and Coach Belichick always harped, don't spike it near an opponent because if it hits anyone, it's a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah.
And I literally spiked it. It was versus the Jets. I think it was a Monday night game or it was Sunday Night Football. It was my second year in the league when I was going off, scoring all of those touchdowns, and I Gronk spiked it, and no one was around. The ball literally went like 15 yards that way, and it hit the guy in the shoulder, and there was a flag thrown. And then all of a sudden he was like, oh, whatever, personal foul number 87 on the offense. Penalty will be added on to the kickoff. And I was sitting there like, how did I just get a penalty? Like, what did I just do? And I watched the replay, and they showed the ball going like 15 yards all the way over to the left and hitting the Jets player in the shoulder. Yeah, it was the weakest penalty I've ever gotten.
Because you're too jacked. You literally threw the ball so hard at the ground and went 15 yards the other way.
It was like the same power as Mr. Olympian, Mr. St. Brown.
Mr. St. Brown. What a badass to have sons in the NFL like that. And
he's more jacked than all of them.
I don't think he was.
Well, he was.
He was.
Yeah, he was.
Those guys are pretty jacked, and the apples don't fall too far from the tree.
They're all jacked, man.
They're all jacked. Would you rather have a dad that's Mr. Universe or an arm wrestling world champ? Tyson Bagent, remember the backup QB on the Bears? His dad, over the top, fucking Sylvester Stallone trying to win the goddamn semi.
I would say an arm wrestle champion dad of the world, because it just kind of lasts longer. You know, you'll always have that power as an arm wrestler. Even when
Mr.
you're like,
Universe,
even when
the
you're
most
like
jacked
65.
guy in the world.
I know, but I feel like that doesn't last as long. I mean, you're still going to be jacked, but like as an arm wrestling
But if
champion,
you're the most jacked guy in the universe, Mr. Universe, he's the jackedest.
you would be the ultimate dude, actually, if you're the most jackedest person in the world.
Yeah, arm wrestle talent's cool. Ask Danny Amendola that. I mean, he broke someone's arm doing it.
Yeah, he did.
We won't get into that.
Wasn't it after a party? I know, at a party after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we can't talk about that.
All right, we're done.
Yeah.
But we can keep that in because.
Well, it was arm wrestling.
I would have my dad be Mr. Universe and the most jacked man in the whole.
Got it.
world.
I think I'm going 1,000% Mr. Universe. Fucking bloom, bling, blang. I'm going straight Jack homie.
Could you show me that again, please?
Boom, bling, blang.
I just never seen you in that character, Jules. That was pretty impressive, mate. Was that your German in you that, you flexing like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
It's a German in me. Time.
Well, what kind of dude is Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Amon-Ra St. Brown. What kind of guy is he? I mean, he's a dog.
Yeah, he is a dog.
He's a dude. Is he a dude's dude? He seems pretty cool.
Yeah, he is cool.
He's smart as fuck. He knows 10 languages. He's also a stud. Second round guy, went to USC, you grew up in Anaheim, you grew up in SoCal and you get to go to USC, you're a fucking stud. That's just that you're a stud. He's a freak. He's explosive as hell. I wouldn't put him in that freak category though. I think he's more impressive because he's not so big and he's not a freak.
Yeah, you got to be huge to be a freak.
Yeah, you got to be huge or
like
something like
DK Metcalf.
freak. Dog, he's definitely relentless.
Oh, he is relentless.
He's definitely,
He's motivated big time as well. Every day
he's
he is
self-motivated.
Yes, he is.
He's a self-motivated guy.
He is juice. He is juice.
All right, on a count of 3, you tell me who you think he is. I'll tell you
All
who
right.
I think he is. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Dog.
Done.
He's a dog. He's definitely. Did you say dog?
I said stud.
You said stud?
Yeah.
I thought I heard dog.
I said stud just because he's very athletic.
But he's got that toughness in him, that gritty.
He does.
Gritty.
He does have some serious toughness to him.
He's tough.
To a level that
You see when he gets hit and
putting
stuff,
the
he comes
Detroit
up.
Lions on the map, helping put them on the map. It fits Dan Campbell's program.
He's one of the flag carriers of that team, and that team is full of dogs.
You want to know why he might be a dog then? Why I might go with you? Because he knows all 16 wide receivers that were drafted ahead of him, and he recites them before every game. And that is dog energy right there.
That's fucking that's a dog
That's
energy.
like my dog, Ralphie. He's smaller, and he can recite every big dog that goes by him, and he attacks them every time. That's like the 16 wide receivers that were drafted ahead of him. They were all bigger and better than him, they were saying, and he attacks them and recites them before every game. That's some dog energy right there.
That's some crazy shit, and you gotta have that's a dog. That's a stamp.
You're right.
Dog.
He's a dog.